So we've made it here. We're about to do our next load, which is the apron load. We like fresh and clean aprons whenever we're doing our projects. So this is typically our drying station for aprons. As you can see, some of them are not as clean, which means that they're out of place because they're not supposed to be here. So this is a great example as to like what we don't want to see. Reason for this being is that when clay does dry, it creates clay dust. Clay is made out of silica and other ingredients, and so like having this exposed into the air does create a hazard for people. We don't want that silicosis in our bodies, so definitely that's why we have that bucket in there, so that we can put all of the dirty items in there and reduce that exposure. Even though we're outside, air travels, particles travel. So yeah, we'll just quickly remove any ones that you see that are dirty, and then leave the clean aprons to dry. So we'll bring those inside later for folding too. But yeah, I think that we're good here. And that's it. Oh, hi. Caught me doing some laundry here. So we're doing some aprons today. Our members have been busy as always, and so we have a lot of dirty aprons here. So just filling up the washer. This one definitely can hold up to 10 pounds of clothing, which I would say is give or take like 10 to 12 aprons, depending on how big they are. The key is to have enough space so that when the water is filled up all the way, that the aprons can move freely and spin. And so now that we loaded everything up, we have our laundry detergent. We really don't need much of this. It's pretty highly concentrated, so I like to fill it to the lowest line possible. For the aprons, maybe adding a little bit of extra just in case if you have a big load. But for the most part, minimal, less is more when you're doing laundry detergent. After we do the laundry detergent, we got our trusty hose that is going to provide us with water, and we ensuring that we have that normal setting on. Put the hose all the way in there, making sure that you push it all the way in so that it doesn't squirm out, and then goes all the way down so that it is nice and stable and it doesn't squirm out. And you really want to just find anything heavy to put on top. This is a bag of wild clay that we have. So hey y'all, Gabby here. Today I'm going to teach you how to do our laundry system. This is our trusty washer and dryer combo. Keeps everything clean and free of clay dust, which is really important. So we have our bucket of dirties here. So we just do an all-in-one here. So everything from aprons to sponges and little towels go in there. And also, we, believe it or not, wash our clay bags in here as well. So I already went ahead and did the wash for the towels and the clay bags, but we still need to do a little rinse on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and teach you how to do it, and then we'll get to drying. So with these ones I do, the one important thing about the plastic bags is that we need that in order for them to get clean easily. We need two things: for them to have as minimal clay residue as possible. So when you have your bags, definitely make sure that you put them inside out and then just shake off any of the residue in our recycle bins. And that really helps our washer to stay nice and in tip-top shape. So because clay does clog everything. So less clay is better for a long-lasting washer dryer. So once we do the initial wash, we do need to do a quick rinse. So we grab water from the water bucket that we have right over here, and then just one bucket should be fine since it's a rinse, and then we will run it through the wringer. So grabbing our little bucket, so in order to do the rinse, we just get it all dipped in there, making sure that the drain setting is actually set to normal or soft, otherwise the water will drain away. Since we're here, I should let y'all know that the first knob is for soaking time and wash time. You get up to 35 minutes. The second one is the mode, so draining to the far right, normal in the middle, and soft in the far left. And then this third one is the spin cycle, so that is for the wringer. So we go ahead and dump that in there, making sure that everything is caught. So I noticed also that there is a significant amount of towels here, so I am going to go ahead and do another bucket just for safekeeping, and that should be good. So, you know, when we're washing the bags, definitely I like to do the rinse water in the washing machine, since that way we remove any of the excess residue, and then they come out pretty clean. Still wet, but we just hang them up to dry over here in our little dry station thing.
Clothing rack.
Clothing rack. This. So we put them up to dry there, and they just air dry. So I'm stacking them up right now because we have plenty of bags. Our members have been keeping busy at their creativity, which I love to see. And I'm gonna tell you, sustainability is our number one priority here, and so any piece of like plastic can be used for something. So you'll see bags, and so then every now and then you'll see these little pieces that look like trash, but actually they turn into our plastic sheets. And so like those can be used for covering like our work and protecting them so that they dry evenly and there's no cracks in our job. So no single-use plastic here, it's multi-use plastic only. So now that we have done all of the washing away with the bags, let's hit it. So now that we did that, so now we're gonna do the towels. So we wash our towels. We're gonna put them in the wringer, and what I love about the wringer is that it doesn't really, it's not like your regular dryer that it uses heat. It basically removes all the excess water, and it's really quick, just 5 minutes tops. So I typically like to put the rinse water in there, because we have a little inlet in here that you can use if you want to use the hose. But typically we just do the bucket system, saves water, and yeah, go ahead and do that. So I already did the rinse water in the washer, but we'll go ahead and turn it on for 5 minutes. Okay, make sure that safety's first. You know what? We need to pause that. So, few key points of caution when managing our little wringer over here is that it spins at high speeds, and the way that it balances itself is like by ensuring that like the capacity is of the wringer is like full. So that's what keeps it like stable and able to spin accordingly. This one is half full, so meaning that, you know, we have half of these in there, the other half is empty. So that is not a problem. I'm just going to show you all how it reacts. So they just require a little bit of extra support, which is essentially leaning up on it and giving it that support. So I'm going to turn it on. And she's loud. She is stable now, good, because I'm holding on to it. but definitely is key to do that. Otherwise, it may just like start like tumbling onto itself, and then it gets even louder, and it can eventually break. So this is pretty stable as it is, so I'm gonna just let it do its thing for 3 minutes, and then I'll show y'all how they come out. And we are done, Z's. Ah, perfect timing. And so we take it out like that. And here we are. We have our super wet, or I guess not so wet anymore. They still are a little bit damp, which is totally fine, because like I said, there's no heat involved, but just removing these from the ringer definitely saves us on dry time. As you can see, we have a little bit of the leaves in there from being outside, but we love nature and leaves, so thank you for that. So these ones will just like hang up over here in our little towel hanging station, and then we'll be done. And we're ready for the next load. And so after we're done with these towels, we just put them up here to dry off and let the wind do its magic. The sun also hitting them kills all the bacteria, and they'll be folded and ready for their next project. And that is how you do it. So pretty easy, and you know, if you ever need to reference it back, please check out this video, or if you're in the studio, ask one of us if we're here. So we will be happy to take all your questions, and have a good day.